Welcome everyone to Webcomic Gone Wrong, the show about the making of a comic that goes wrong. Well, the comic goes wrong, not the show. Not that the show doesn't also go wrong, but that's a different story. Before we get started, I always like to check the last comic, see how well it's done on webtoons.com, and oh! I can't believe it. 10,000 people read my comic, Giant Monster Gauchon. This is amazing. I feel great. I'm sorry, what was that? I'm sorry, what? Oh, it's not 10,000 people, it's just 10,000 views divided amongst the same 75 subscribers, plus a couple people who looked at it, ran away, and never came back. Oh. But still, 75 people, that's pretty good, right? Oh, it's worse than average. Oh. Okay. I'm just kidding. We kid around here. Thanks to everyone who's read the comic and has given the YouTube videos a chance. I'm pretty excited and didn't expect to hit that milestone. Alright, well, as the gamers say, let's go! And work on the next comic! Yeah! Man, I don't want to do this. Look at this. First panel. Action panel. Gauchon smacking Coco with a tail. She's catching it in the same panel. She's hucking her over the shoulder. Then I have an insert panel here where she's flying through the air and there's a weird pose here. And then this one she lands. I have all these craters and these rocks and these sound effects and oh, perfect landing. Dust, Dragon Ball Z. And then the final panel she has to give the punchline. I don't want to do that. This sucks. So the complicated poses in this comic have made me finally break down and try to learn these 3D posers, 3D model posers from Clip Studio Paint. I'm of course immediately in love with them, but I didn't know how it would turn out, so I was nervous to ask them out. I didn't know where I'd take them. I didn't know if they liked coffee. I'm not a big coffee drinker, so didn't know where to take them, you know. I just didn't know if it'd work out, you know. Well, that joke sucked. On to the next one. I have to draw these girls now. You know, I'd rather not. I'd rather just go to the hospital. Have them stick an IV directly into my eye that's hooked up to the Crunchyroll servers so they could stream anime directly into my face all day. You know, that sounds like a way better use of my time. Okay, it's coming. It's a little difficult, but it's coming along nicely. And oh! Oh, that hand. Ugh. Drawing something like that should be a crime. FBI, open up! Huh? We're taking away your artistic license. What? No, I need to. Give it. Piece of shit. No, my license. I need that. Okay, I was debating whether or not to bring this up, but I decided that I will. Allow me to explain. Gauchon here is obviously a giant reptile monster of some sort, but if you squint close enough, she kind of looks like a girl in a hoodie and PJs. Nah, I don't know. That part was never intentional. Now let's take a look right here. Right where her claws are is a pattern on her scales that kind of looks like the cuff of a jacket, but that's just how I designed it. Now Coco is a giant gorilla monster, and at the end of her arm is a bunch of fur that kind of looks like a ripped shirt, you know, but that's just how it looks. But the problem is, in my days, I accidentally drew Gauchon's scale pattern on Coco. So now I have to decide whether or not to fix it or just hope nobody notices. I don't really want to fix it because A, I'd have to erase it, and B, I'd have to draw it again, and I don't got time for that. Wait, how many fans do I have? Oh, 75? They can't all be that observant. I bet most of them won't even notice. I think I'm just gonna leave it. Speaking of hands, in this shot, Gauchon's being lugged over the shoulder, and her hands are just barely off panel. Usually when I have a situation like this, I draw whatever extremity it is past the panel line. But then I'd have to draw more hands. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna... Well, looky here, I made a bunch of progress without recording any jokes. If you demand an explanation, well, I guess I'll have to tell you. Listen up. Depression is one hell of a drug. I wouldn't recommend it. Would not recommend it. It's not all it's cracked up to be. So listen up, kids. If anyone comes up to you on the street and offers you some depression, you just tell them, "No thank you, sir." Or, "No thank you, ma'am." Or, "No thank you, non-binary drug dealer." Yeah, that's my advice, and you should take it. You know, that's a pretty good message. I should try to spread it to as many people as possible. Oh, I know, I'll make a comic and put it up on Webtoons. After all, I have over 750 subscribers. So, when I was in art college, I'd often argue with some of my teachers about certain fundamental principles of art. For instance, I remember getting in a spat with my teacher over Duchamp's fountain. I think that's how you pronounce it. Which, if you don't know, is he just took a urinal, wrote an alias on it, and then submitted it as art, basically. And it's very famous, and it changed art history, yada yada. I argued it wasn't actually art because he didn't actually make anything. I think the argument was because he submitted it as art, it changed its meaning. I argued that if I drew a scribble and threw it under my bed and didn't tell anyone about it, that scribble would be more of a piece of art than the fountain piece, because I actually made something. I don't know if I feel the exact same way today. I guess I can see the value in it, but at least I can take solace in knowing that anything I make's gotta be better than the fountain. Am I right? Okay, maybe the literal urinal has a little bit of an edge over my art, but come on. I have over 7,500 subscribers. How many subscribers does Duchamp have? That's right, he didn't have any, because he's dead. Don't mind me, I'm just coloring this tree. You know, plants are amazing organisms. They can grow pretty much anywhere. They can burst through asphalt after being buried. They can grow in gutters where there's no soil. They can even grow on top of solid concrete. About the only place they can't grow is patch of dirt and backyard. I'm not doing a great job of coloring within the lines. That's okay, because I got 75,000 fans and they love me even if I color worse than a kindergartner. Brian the red-nosed artist has a very big red nose because of all the zits and pimples. Plus he doesn't wear any clothes. That's right. I'm naked. I've been naked this entire time. In fact, I preach sermons at the Church of Latter-day Nudists. But only on Tuesdays, because the other days of the week are for fucking weebs! Wow, that bit went all over the place, and it was only slightly charming, and maybe just a bit offensive.
That's pretty good.
Here's the thing, you're trying to guilt me.
You.
I don't try to guilt you, I just make the deal over and over.
No, you just try to make me feel like a very small, tiny man with no money. You talk to me like a king talks to peasants.
He's manipulated you. Aaron, you're railroading him with actual railroads.
By the way, I finished the comic. If you'd like to read it, it's called Giant Monster Galchon. You can check it out at any of the links below. If you go to Webtoons and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. We're so close to 1 million subs. Come on, gamers. We can do it. Now, I gotta go finish watching that Monopoly video.
I just made him a deal! My choice if you feel bad about it or not.
Death. I want out of this fucking wild ride.
I accidentally drew Galchon's pattern,